A great film, produced and directed by Stanley Kramer. And it's a film that was selected by my co-host, Dr. Eric Goldman, who's an expert on Jewish movies. Eric helped program our lineup of films for our series this month. As a matter of fact, the series called The Projected Image, The Jewish Experience on Film. I have to say I give great credit for Marlene Dietrich being in this movie, because she plays a lady who was very involved in the Nazi side of the Holocaust. And yet she was such an anti-Nazi. She kind of gave up her career during the Second World War to entertain American troops and everybody on the front lines. And to do a movie like this in which he plays actually a Nazi, kind of, argues for them, I think was kind of amazing.
What does Dietrich represent? I mean, she is
German.
The actress
Yes.
of that golden age of German cinema.
Yeah, absolutely.
She represents it. And here she is in your face, you know, again, as part of a film about the Holocaust. Wow.
Right.
German people must have had a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the courage, there's no question.
Yeah.
Wow. And Robert, what a performance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you see the talent that this lady still had.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
And in a certain sense, as she matures, she's even better than we think of the Blue Angel. And,
right.
Oh, wow, she's come so far, and yet she's continues to be brilliant.
And yet so Germanic, you know, absolutely. Any other thoughts about this movie?
Yeah, you know, the ending it's very interesting. It's as if Richard Widmark is struggling with his American general, who wants him to tone it down. It's the Cold War beginning, you know, things are happening. Berlin's being broken off. There is pressure from the communists. They've just invaded Czechoslovakia. So the generals say, and the State Department right behind them saying, leave the Germans alone, we need them, they're good allies. And Widmark has this mission about him. It's really, you know, he represents not just the mission of the 1940s, but the mission of the 1960s. And that's Abbie Mann really putting those words into his mouth, saying, hey, you know, we still need to be sensitive to what war crimes are. And those war crimes are still being committed in other places. And this is one lesson, and we need to learn from that one lesson in terms of what's going on now, even during this Cold War, and even understanding the complexities of Berlin and what that represents. It's only 18 months later that John F. Kennedy comes to Berlin and gives his famous Ich bin ein Berliner speech. So it's complex. And Mann gets it right, you know. So it's as much a film about 1961 as much as it's about 1946, 47, or 48.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's move on, sir. Eric and I are going to be finished for tonight, but we're going to be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern to bring you more films about the Jewish experience. In the meantime, do stick around for a show that helps celebrate TCM's 20th anniversary earlier this year.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Ben Mankiewicz takes a look back at TCM's 20 classic moments. Then Arthur Kennedy is an undercover cop in Strange Alibi. And Robert Sterling is in on The Getaway.